Let's take a look at scroll groups in Flinto for Mac. This is a really great feature that makes it really easy to add scrolling areas to your screens, which really quickly increases the realism. So if you have a screen like this and you can't scroll the content, it doesn't feel very realistic. But I'm going to show you how you can create scroll groups, paging scroll groups, and nested scroll groups. So let's start with a regular scroll group. I'm going to select this content here, which is like the main body content of this screen, and click the scroll group button. Now I'm going to open up the preview alongside so we can test this out. So you can see immediately I'm able to scroll it, but the content cuts off sort of at the wrong spot here. So you can just adjust this outer handle, and I'm just going to drag that up so that it matches the top of this content. And now you can see that it scrolls the way you would expect. But I've got a little problem here at the bottom. It kind of should go a little bit further. So you can actually adjust the dotted border here to alter the content size. So if I put this up, maybe up here, then I can only scroll down to this part, which you might want if you want to leave some overhang so that you can kind of pull down and see extra stuff. But I don't want that. I would like to have a little extra space. So I'm going to pull this well below the content, which means I can drag this up and it comes to rest at a nice spot here. All right, now let's make a nested scroll group. So inside of this scroll area, I want to have a horizontal scroll area with these photos. So I'm going to select the photos, and they're already inside of a group, but you could select the individual photos as well. And I'm going to click scroll group, and I'll give that a name. Give this one a name too. So that inner one, I'm going to select that, and there's all kinds of options down here on the side. You've got the content size, the initial offset, which is the initial scroll position. So if I change that, it's like I've pre-scrolled this scroll group. You can set the direction. So right now it's at vertical. That's not what I want. I'm going to switch this to horizontal. And now you can see I can scroll this horizontally, which looks like what I wanted. But I've got a scroll bar that's showing up here, and it doesn't quite look right. I don't think I need a scroll bar here, so I'm just going to say no scroll bar. And there's some other options. You can turn the bounce on or off. So now it doesn't bounce at all. Directional lock will mean if you use the both direction and then set directional lock, if you start scrolling in one direction, you won't be able to scroll in the other until you let go and then start scrolling in that direction. And we'll look at paging in a minute. And this one, I might want to resize this so that it sticks out here, although I won't be able to see it because it's inside of another scroll group, so I could resize that one as well. Now I can scroll this, scroll that one. Just depends how you want to set it up. And I should give this a little bit more breathing room. That looks okay. And now I'm going to create a paging scroll group up here at the top. So I've got this banner, and if I move it over, you can see there's another banner next to it. So if I turn this into a scroll group and then choose the paging option, I'm going to set horizontal and I'll turn the scroll bar off. The paging option will make pages based on the width of the scroll group. So it'll always snap to those widths. And this is cool if you have some kind of banner or some individual items that you want to be able to swipe between. So now I've made this screen look a lot more realistic because I can scroll it, I can swipe through these banners, I can even scroll this, and I could make transitions from these individual photos to other screens, or same thing with these banners. So that's how scroll groups work, really easy.